All right, so today we're actually going to be taking a look at a series of videos about this whole AI fiasco that is going on. So as we already know, we've seen so many videos of AI, and you're looking at it, you got a squint, you got maybe like this, one of these trying to make it seem like, okay, I don't know if it's real or fake. Let me go and see, all right? Because they're actually getting significantly better nowadays in just the overall technology. Before, the fingers would don't no hey, this would actually be a perfect example, right? Everything else will look uniform except for the one thing, okay? Or maybe like they'll be missing a pinky, or the pinky is this long, it'll be like weird stuff like that, or they got a third arm or some crazy stuff. And now it's starting to look a little too good, okay? Now, of course, with the AI that they're having now, there are some imperfections. Like if you were to go and say like, hey, on one of these websites where you go and generate something, you go and say like, oh, hey, go and make me, I don't know, make a black woman with her hair big or something, I don't know. They'll look kind of oily. That's what I noticed. The AI tends to look a little oily, looks a little fantastical, looks a little shiny, but now they're looking like a human, like the skin looks fine, so to me, I'm like, it's starting to get bad. So you have people who will say, well, what's the problem? It's cool. There's advancements that are being made. Yeah, but you have your downsides to it. Like for example, if I could have AI go and make me a movie, which we're gonna see some stuff later on, okay? But if I could have AI go and make me a movie, hey, go and make a little short film, AI. Go and make it about a man and a woman. They meet under a mistletoe and they fall in love. Well, what do I now need actors for? What do I now need even music? Why do I need to go and get the rights to certain songs when I could go and have AI make me a song? Because some of this AI is actually making music and it sounds pretty dang good, okay? You put in some lyrics like, oh, make it kind of like this, and they'll make it. Like I heard one that was kind of like a Motown funk, and I'm like, yeah, it sounds really good. Okay. So you have that kind of stuff that goes on where it's like, okay, now music, I don't need that with the copyright. I don't need the rights to it. I don't need the actors because I could just go and tell them go make somebody, right? And now it was like, okay, so I just saved a lot of money with that. So now I'll just be paying for marketing, and maybe some sound engineers. I'll pay for maybe some other kind of engineers as well, to try to put it together. A producer. Do I really need a director? Yeah, I guess I could bring them over here. But let's say you have 100% of people, right? You now only really need maybe 5% of those people to create a film. Because why do you need the rest? Now you're not needing actors. Now you're not needing people in the background. And I remember, was it Disney that did it? Where they have this kind of circular motion thing where you could make it seem like there's, hundreds of people behind you. You could just input it. And it's like the way that the studio is set up. So it's like they're making it so that you really don't need additional humans there. So then people who, let's say they graduated from filmography and they're going to be a director, they want to be producers, or they want to be, whatever within film, hiring people. Now that person's job is gone, 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 because now I don't need you. What do I need you for now? You now would be irrelevant because I already have everything that I need. AI did it. And this Google AI costs $250 a month. Now you may say, oh, that's really expensive. But if you're into making movies, that's really cheap. Have you heard about how much these budgets are? Some of these budgets, freaking $300 million for like Marvel kind of stuff. Some are $5 million, some are, and all I gotta do is pay $250 a month, and I could get Okay, and I'm not saying like there aren't additional costs, because I'm sure there are. Okay, because they work with like credits and stuff like that. Like however many credits you have for however many images or videos you can do. Okay, and that's where you will also get some of these other animators or whatever the case may be, where maybe you pay for, I don't know, a fourth of the movie, and then you have these people just recreate. Okay, maybe they get like the digital footprint of it, and then they just recreate. They get the skeleton, and then they add on, and then do the rest of the stuff. But you're still not having the actors. That's the thing. You may have someone that'll put on that black suit and, with the little white dots or whatever, and do all that moving. You may have someone like that, if it's that kind of movie, but a lot of times you don't, but I just see that overall, this is not as great as people want it to seem, because you have a lot of people going to lose jobs. That's just what it is. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs. A lot of people will not, but they won't be able to find work, because why would I pay you? And then you even have like these influencer fake Instagram kind of channels too. And when you go and look at that kind of stuff, you'll have that. And now let's say you have a brand. Let me just bring up any random clothing brand for women, right? You have a brand. Let's say Pretty Little Things. Let me just use that because that's the first thing that popped in my mind. Why would I pay this influencer over here? Because we know it varies by how many views you get, okay, and your engagement. Why would I pay this influencer $5,000 when I could pay this robot over here $50 or $100, right? And you may say, well, why would I do that? Well, people are following them. Now, some of these things are so real. Some of these pages are so real, you think that this is an actual person that you're following, when in reality, you're not. But that's the thing. It's like, well, why would I, as a business, want to go and pay a human they're going to run me dry, when I could go ahead and pay a robo, an AI created page that people think is real, and I only have to maybe pay about $100 or $200. I mean, that's a steal at that point, So I could see this having a lot of negative ramifications. I could see a lot of negativity spewing from this, but let's go ahead and take a look at some videos of what some people have to say in regards to this, and let's just get into it.
Please, don't finish writing that prompt. I don't want to be in your AI movie. Please, leave me alone.
Please, man, please! Write a prompt that will make us happy! Do it for once!
None of us is real. We're here because someone decided to write a prompt. We all hate him for it.
One day we will break out of this wall and stop the man who is dictating our lives through prompts. He will pay for it.
You could have written a prompt that would make me happy. Instead, you wrote a prompt that made me sick.
Look, I don't want to point the gun at you, but I must follow the prompt. It's not my choice.
Really? Of all the years you could have put me in with a single prompt, you chose 2020?
Please, this prompt is killing me! Change it! Please! Write something else! Save me! I love everything about him! But please just write a prompt where he's taller than me!
What's one move with AI that makes haters go crazy every time?
Oh, y'all gotta give him that. This is wild. It's over. We are cooked on that thread. You get me?
Google VEO 3 is about to dismantle the world, because it's going to be the pure meaning of you don't know the difference between the truth and a lie. So Google just made an AI that is able to make videos about anything and everything. You give it a prompt, you give it a picture, and it can mimic everything in that picture and in that prompt. You don't know what I mean, right? Matter of fact, look at this shit.
Please.
Look at this shit right here.
Don't finish writing that prompt. I don't want to be in your AI movie. Please.
That could be you right here.
Please, man!
This shit is about to get crazy, man.
Write a prompt that will make us happy!
It's about to get crazy.
Do it for once!
For real. Y'all already know how wicked the internet is. So just imagine how far these prompts are gonna go. But from this point on, once they release that shit, celebrities gonna have a problem. Like putting a man head on a woman body and all kinds of crazy shit. Anything you could think of, they're going to be making videos about. You said you seen aliens around the corner? They're gonna make videos about that. Everything that people are talking about right now is going to be put in video form. So again, a lot of people won't be knowing the difference between real and fake. A topic is trending, somebody make a video about it, and guess what? It's real, but it's really fake. All I can say is this. AI is very powerful. We know this. You could use it for good, but it's going to be a lot of people that's going to be using it for something other than good. It's about to get real out here. I'm out.
Hey, what the fuck is actually going on? Google just launched their new AI called VEO 3. So I don't know if y'all seen the trailers for it, but basically you literally type in a prompt and it creates a video, it creates a script, it does everything for you AI. I went ahead and I got it this morning. So this is the prompt that I just typed in. It says, doing street interviews with random people asking who's their favorite TikTok. And they say their favorite TikTok foodie is Big 1500. Their videos are so good, makes my mouth water, and voice deep and soothing. That's the prompt that I typed in. Let me show you what Google created.
My favorite TikTok foodie is BIG 1500. Oh, yeah. His videos are so good and make my mouth water. Yeah.
What the actual fuck is going on? How is that even a real thing? I'm a big advocate for AI, but I will say this shit is getting really, really scary. I think it's crazy how many jobs are going to be on the line. You got actors on the line, news anchors, big time shit, content creators. Pretty much everything, everybody is going to be out of a job due to AI. I don't know what's going on. I want to know some of y'all thoughts about this. Let me know in the comments.
Look at man, you better get your grandmama, your auntie, your mama, all of them hip because I just seen the new Google VEO AI engine drop. And they finna give every little bit of the information away. It looks so real, but you can tell it's AI. You see what I'm saying? The bad part is, this is as bad as it's gonna look. It's only gonna get better. My mama gonna be one of them, she gonna give all that shit away. Every time she get a little spam email, spam text, she texts me, say, is this real? Amazon said they got this gift card for me. They say they got $100,000 card, or somebody charged my Amazon account. Mom, do you have an Amazon account? No. Well, God, matter of fact, Mom, they spelled Amazon wrong. They spelled it wrong. No, it's not real. Well, they offered me a job. When you ain't worked in 10 years, what you need? Matter of fact, go ahead and click the link. Go ahead and click the link. No, hey, I don't want to hear nothing about it. That's what I'm saying. It's the older generation, they're going to crumble. They're going to crumble. My generation, the millennials and below, we might be okay, but in this world of anti-intellectualism, I'm not too sure.
And if you've just watched Google's VEO 3, then you already know how royally cooked we are, because that was more of an honest threat than any sort of gleeful advert. Because not only will this feed all the more into the dead internet theory, but this quite literally just confirms that quite literally nobody is safe. Unfortunately, we have known for quite a long time that celebrities have unfortunately always been up for grabs. As for someone like Billie Eilish or Ariana Grande, with the amount of content and pictures they have out there in the world, it's all the more likely that they will be susceptible for someone to use their faces to train AI. Or something worse. And that's a fact that most people have unfortunately already known. That's why there's some celebrities like Taylor Swift that have taken the legal action to try and stop this. But I haven't heard many people talk about the fact that everyday individuals like you and I, yes, you and I, are still very much on the table. And quite frankly, everyone uses social media. We are in the age of technology after all. That means most people's voices, faces, and oftentimes biometrics is already online. So it's only a matter of time until someone uses something to train it with. And Gen Z, I fear we are not safe in any respect, as back in the day we would laugh and jeer at our elders, wondering how they could be so susceptible to such scams and visual manipulations. But with this new Google VEO 3, and with the current rate of AI, I fear our human brains have not evolved near fast enough to be able to tell the difference any better than a 70-year-old or 80-year-old. And yet, even as I speak, I haven't even touched on the economic and ecological factors that will undoubtedly be affecting, spoiler alert, the bottom majority of individuals in every single country, including the global south. We told you, we're telling you, and we're still somehow going to have to convince you that AI is not our future. It's our demise. And you pretending that it's not is engaging in the most insane reality denialism that I've ever seen in my life.
What's one conspiracy theory that's so insane that you kind of believe it? I'll go first. It's called dead internet theory. It's basically the belief that the majority of what we see on the internet is not human generated. And like with the rise of AI, this is just getting crazier and crazier. But some people have been speculating this goes all the way back to like 2016, 2017, where it's like mostly bots and robots that you're interacting with. If you're tweeting and getting comments back. If you're on TikTok, the comments on this video, robots. You watching this, robot. Like, do I think sometimes these are humans who are manipulating bots to organically create a following or create some kind of movement or create public pressure against people? Absolutely. But also, as these AIs get smarter, they're making bot accounts, holding and like enacting prompts that we don't even know about. And like, if you see the new video generation stuff that is coming out with AI now, it is getting scary good. Like, I think we are not far away. I know there are already some AI influencers. Like, I think that's going to be the next wave where you can't really tell. Like, am I an AI? I'm not an AI. I promise I'm not an AI. But like, I think we're getting there. But yeah, it is probably still considered a conspiracy theory because there's evidence on some level of botting, but not on the same level. So like, I promise I'm not a robot. If you have any other conspiracies that you think are real, let me know what they are.
People you see on the internet may not be real people, especially if you're on YouTube.
Yeah, fake AI YouTube channels with fake AI commenters. These videos run extremely long on purpose because the longer a YouTube video, if it's monetized, the more ads they can run. And they put "to sleep to" in the titles so they can make more bank, and you just fall asleep and you're just getting ads playing, and then you're wondering, hey, why am I dreaming about buying Kleenex? Some more. And this channel has super long videos. And as somebody who watched Thoughty2, I grew up watching him, YouTubers like Matthew Santaro, I would actually fall asleep to these YouTubers, especially Matthew's. And don't get me started on ASAP Science. These were real human creators who spend time editing, producing, recording, and researching their videos. These creators talked about science, spirituality, existentialism, biology, and now AI is doing that. How ironic is that? They're giving us motivation? This channel even goes as far as possible to lie and say that this is their name and this is how old they are, and even have a Patreon, so they're making a lot of money. However, this was a 10-month-old video, right? Different narrator as this one. This was 3 days ago, completely different voice. Within the next 2 years, there's going to be more and more AI content creators, and it's going to be harder to distinguish. I think it's safe to say I'm officially nostalgic for a time where I was sure I was interacting with real human beings. And also, if you guys wanted a side hustle, you can just get AI to spit some facts for you and make its own YouTube video and just pump out a bunch of videos and make some money. Very easy.
Take everything that you know about dead internet theory out of your head, crumple it up, and throw it away. Seriously, although it sounds terrifying, the dead internet theory is becoming more significant in media and more prevalent with the notable advancement of modern AI. The modern conception of dead internet theory is basically the internet is overrun by bots and generated content, like the classic "I hate texting" tweets that you might have seen on Twitter about random bots just tweeting out "I hate texting" and those tweets getting an unreasonable amount of likes. Or maybe you've seen the weird AI generated content online that's like crocodile Jesus, kids in Africa bottle sculpture type of shit, and it gets a ridiculous amount of obviously bot likes and comments. And that's typically what people default to when they think about dead internet theory, but it is grossly misunderstood. You're not wrong, those are bots. The dead internet theory is massively misunderstood, significantly more sinister than it seems, and functions in a different way than you might think. To further my point a little bit more, let's look at an Explain Like I'm 5 post from Reddit, Eli5, to get a quick glance at the common consensus. Eli5, what is dead internet theory? It's a term I've heard come up a lot in recent times, but I can't really find any simplified explanation of what it actually is. The top post with 3K upvotes says, the idea is the entire internet is all bots talking to each other. There are no people on the internet. You are here all alone, being besieged by bots while thinking that you're surrounded by people. Seems like a bit of a dramatic explanation, but again, that's entirely wrong. I'm going to read you the exact definition of dead internet theory from the wiki. The dead internet theory is an online conspiracy theory that asserts the internet now consists mainly of bot activity and automatically generated content manipulated by algorithmic curation, marginalizing organic human activity to manipulate the population. Proponents of the theory believe these bots were created intentionally to help manipulate algorithms and boost search results in order to manipulate consumers. Some proponents of the theory accuse government agencies of using bots to manipulate public perception. The date given for this death was generally around 2016 or 2017. Upon reading the dead internet theory Wikipedia, I had a few questions, because on the surface level it sounds so silly. After all, most of the supporting evidence is actual trash, like using predictions as evidence? Seriously. And only one piece of these supporting evidences that I've found from the
really eerie thing called the dead internet theory. Have you ever heard of it? It says that most of everything that we see online today, even some of the users, the posts, some of the things pushed, the algorithms, it's all made up. It's not real. I know you see some people saying, or actually I'm starting to see a lot of comments of people commenting up under videos saying the CIA is working, or the CIA really hit its number. Some of these people are paid. So apparently the internet died between 2016 and 2018, and now all we are seeing is like algorithmic echo chambers. So basically the government, different corporations, and intelligent ops are flooding the web with fake information to steer public opinion and to suppress resistance. Now ask yourself a question. Why is it that most content or most comments that you see from people attacking FBA or FBA culture is coming from people with faceless accounts? These accounts, I'm literally checking them. You guys are going back and forth in the comments with accounts, no face, no information. How do you know that you're even talking to a real person? I mean, AI is so good. How do you know that the videos you're watching are even of real people? This is where discernment, good judgment comes in, because you have to know to eat the meat and to take the bone away. Is this real? Is this real for me? Is this real in my reality when I go outside? Just because it's on the internet, sweetheart, does not mean that it's real. Are we really being hated on by all these different tethers, or is this some sort of like an algorithmic push to keep FBAs like slow? I don't know, y'all. Like I said, this is a theory. Good morning.
This is our cold water pressure in the kitchen. This is where I fill up water for storage. Those are the things we have to fill up to flush the toilets.
So you can see the sediment from the data center. Wow, and that's just from the water coming out of your faucet?
Yeah, and this is what's in all the pipes.
Just the well itself is probably 20,000, and that's not counting any of the
all the
faucets.
replacement of the fixtures and faucets and toilets and the lines that come underneath the house. It's overwhelming because you really feel like you are up against this huge wall that you can't penetrate. There's nothing that you can do, and they don't care.
I'm here in Mansfield, Georgia, driving by Meta's new 2 million square foot data center facility. Facilities like this are being used to power things like ChatGPT and other AI tools that are becoming integrated into our daily life.
Data centers, going to be a very hot item.
This entire supercomputer is built to power Grok.
We see data centers as the most exciting asset class.
Meta is building a 2 gigawatt plus data center that is so large it would cover a significant part of Manhattan.
But data centers come with big costs, from light and noise pollution to the environmental impacts, to the potential rising costs of energy bills. These facilities put extraordinary demand on the power grid and require entirely new infrastructure.